Hey guys, how you doing? Samet here. And I am doing this Q&A session. I'm just gonna give me a sec. Let me share this for you guys. I've been trying to do a Facebook Live every day. Trying to do this. I used to do Facebook Live like a lot, and then got busy with stuff, different projects, and now I am back kicking it every day as much as I can, trying my best to do this every day. We'll see how long this goes. So if you are watching this, type where you're from. I would really love to know where you're from. I'm always very curious to find out, whether you're from KK or Kuching or KL or Singapore or Brunei. Been getting a lot of interesting people from all around the world watching this. So okay. So David Park. Hey David, how you doing, man? So I am here right now. I probably hang out with you guys for, I guess, like half an hour or so, probably. If it's interesting, if we get into some heated, interesting questions and answers, probably longer. But I would say probably half an hour is a safe estimate of time. So if you're watching this, you're watching this live right now. This is January 17th, 2019. And I'm very happy to be here to answer questions for you guys. I've been trying to do Facebook Live now every day. It's part of a new thing. I'm trying my best to do this every day. So been doing that for the past few days. So it's been pretty exciting. So if you guys are watching this, please type where you're from. Ivan, good question. How many guitars do I own? I own a lot. Do you think owning more guitars or gear is necessary? Okay, this is my answer. I nowadays, when I think, and this is dependent, to be really honest, it depends on your thing. Some people like to buy stuff because they like to show off on Facebook and Instagram that they have a lot of guitars. Some people buy a lot of guitars because they like the variety in the different tones. Some people buy guitars as an excuse for not practicing. Some people buy guitars because they have a lot of disposable income, a lot of money that they want to buy a lot of guitars. Some people don't want to spend a lot of money on buying one expensive, really good instrument, well-made instrument, but they like to buy cheap instruments, like, not cheap, affordable instruments. Some people like to have one of everything, like a Fender, a Gibson, a Les Paul, or, like a SG, Taylor guitar, Alhambra classical guitar. Some people like one of each. They like to collect. Some people only specialize in getting like 1,000 Fender guitars or something. Nowadays is this. The thing you have to ask yourself is, can you afford it? Now, if the answer is yes, I can afford it. I got tons of cash. I would, I would say, between buying something else and if you're into music, buy another guitar, because what's the worst that can happen? You just have no space for your guitar, right, in the house. The reason I say that is, if you can afford it, buy another guitar. But my question back is that, are you buying another guitar as an excuse not to practice? Because a lot of people will end up buying another instrument because they say, I can't play jazz or blues or rock or metal because I don't have that guitar that, you know, Mateus Asado is using, or I don't have the guitar that Steve Vai is using. I don't have the guitar that Eric Clapton's using. And this can be a great way as an excuse for not practicing and kind of sucking. So maybe, you know, some people, they suck at guitar. They suck at playing the instrument. And selamat malam, Rahimi, apa khabar? So because they suck at the instrument, they buy instruments to make themselves feel better because they're not going to be ever going to be that good. It's a hard truth to swallow for some people, that they cannot, people will not admit that. And you might say I'm harsh. I'm saying that, hey, you suck at guitar because, and it's not you suck because you cannot be good. It's just realistically speaking, a lot of people have no desire to practice. It's easier to save up money and buy another guitar than to practice. If I told you I can show you a great exercise to practice, but you have to do it for 7 hours a day for 1 week, even for 1 week, and people will look at me like, well, that's crazy talk. I'm not going to do that. So is it necessary? No. If you check out my Facebook Live, I have a lot of guitars, but I like this guitar a lot, and it's actually sabar nanti 8,000 orang view kalau sudah berjaya. It's okay, I don't mind. Yeah, Rizwan, thank you. So the thing is, right? Yeah, it doesn't matter kalau ada 9 orang tengok, kan? Can you just imagine if this place was, if I had 9 people in my living room right now? It's a lot of people. So I'm happy you guys are here. So Ivan, so the answer is this. You ask yourself, why do you want to buy another guitar? Is it because, for me, my main reason nowadays to buy a guitar is that I need a particular guitar for work. That's the real, as much as possible, I'm trying to get that, because okay, like I have this guitar, it's a classical guitar. It's okay. You know, it's a Takamine. A lot of people will be happy. This might be a dream guitar for some people, and I love it a lot. I mean, I use it all the time. I think it's a brilliant instrument. But because I've been using this guitar since 2001 or 2002, and so it's a bit, it's a workhorse. You know, I've been using it. You can see that the finish is gone. I'm not precious with this instrument in the sense that I'm not very. Some people are very careful. They never want to damage the instrument or scratch it in any way. I'm not that kind of precious person. I play my instrument, and as a result, it you know, it gets damaged. But as also a result, the tone gets better. So I'm so used to the guitar, I can get a pretty good tone from it. If I give you this guitar in this room, if you tried it out, you might have a harder time trying to get it. Not because you cannot get the sound or you don't like the ability, it's just that you're not familiar with this guitar. I'll give you this tip. If you want to buy another guitar, right, think about it like this. Why do you want to buy it? Do you need it? Do you really need it? One thing that I've been struggling for many years is actually I actually want to buy a gypsy jazz guitar. To be really honest, there's 2 kinds of guitars that I really, really want to buy. One is a gypsy jazz guitar. The second is a really good crossover nylon string guitar, something like this, but just a new one, because I don't really want to take this out for gigs as much as I can. I want to get something that I can actually use for shows and concert performances, things like that. So, and the gypsy jazz thing, I cannot rationalize buying that because I don't gig enough gypsy jazz gigs, and I don't feel that I'm an authentic enough player. I don't feel that I've learned enough to justify buying that instrument. So some people, you know, they may say, oh, I want to learn gypsy jazz, I'll buy a gypsy jazz guitar, which is fine. But I've also met a lot of people who do not have gypsy jazz guitars. They play amazing. And I had met a lot of people who own gypsy jazz guitars who cannot play anything in that style at all. So it's not, your ability to play a style of music is not dependent on what guitar you have. It's dependent on how well you know the style and how much time you put in and how much you invest in, you know, your teachers, things like that. So, so yes, if you have a lot of money, buy more guitars. Support the industry. Support the industry. Get secondhand guitars. Get new guitars. Do all the thing. If you can't afford it, then think about what you really need. Rahimi, sambil abang borak-borak, apa kata abang mainkan lagu? Bro, bagi tip lah kalau nak tu. Saya tengok lagu apa you minta ni. Broken Rose. E minor. B. So it's mostly E minor. Rahimi, chord dia. Then eventually it goes to D. E minor. So it's mostly on E minor. And this is my answer to Rahimi. Kalau you tak boleh cari chord tu sendiri kan, you tak patut main lagu tu. To be really honest lah. Sebab the chords are not that difficult. So it's like actually the best way nak belajar lagu is you belajar cari sendiri. Don't look for the chord online. Sebab if you cannot find the chord, means you tak boleh dengar that sound yet. And you tak boleh dengar that sound yet, it's like, how do I say? Macam tak faham, you tak faham the sound yet. So you need to spend time kan. Katakan, I boleh tunjuk you the chord sekarang. But you tak akan dapat the benefit daripada you cari sendiri. Katakan you masa 5 jam baru you like. If you spend 5 jam, lepas tu you baru jumpa 4 chord tu, you akan belajar lebih banyak daripada pengalaman 5 jam tu daripada I tunjuk you dalam masa 3 minit ke apa. That's the actual truth lah. But yeah, the first chord is E minor. Okay, let's see. Thanks, Ivan. Thanks for the great question. Aaron, have you played Strat on Jazz Time? You mean use the Stratocaster for jazz? Yeah. Well, yeah. Let me try to find a video. If you want to watch a lot of my videos, right? A lot of the performance, I've used some Sirs. I borrowed some Sirs. So what you want to do, Aaron, is check out my YouTube channel. And you'll find me using all sorts of guitars for all sorts of styles, the styles and stuff. You might want to also check out, I've done some stuff for the singer Tara Linda Bandcamp. Let me see if I can find it. I'll find the album and you can listen to me play, not jazz, but like, well, there's one that's jazz. Torch and Sass was jazz, but I'll give you the link. I am on, okay, I'm on this album. That's me playing electric guitar and acoustic on that. I also played electric guitar. Oh yeah, there's another one that I played. Anyways, I think a good starting point is just check out my YouTube channel. There's a lot of me playing electric guitar there. Okay, next one. So thanks for the question, Aaron. That's a good question. Ayuha Sulaiman. I love it. You guys, so many questions tonight. Macam mana method practice? Improve picking, fingering. Boleh share ilmu. Saya nak practice act like professional walaupun tidak. That's a good question. Okay, for the picking thing, right? It's like this. First thing you need to know, kalau you nak belajar picking, if you want to learn picking, you have to know how to hold a pick. And the tricky thing about holding a pick is it depends because there's many ways to hold a pick. The basic posture I like to do is hold a pick like this. Like curve my fingers, pick here, thumb there. So it looks like this. This is not the only way. Ini bukan satu-satunya cara dia. Ini satu cara asas yang saya suka. Then the other thing is picking. Picking punya technique kan, it's basically there's only 2 things that can happen. It's pick down or pick up. Right. So nampak macam oversimplified. Down pick or up pick. Now the other thing that can happen is that makes it sound interesting is whether you pick is a rest stroke ataupun a free stroke. Rest stroke ni kalau you pick sini kan, it fall down to the next string. Sorry, dia jatuh kan. Lepas tu dia rehat on the string tau. This is called a rest stroke. Okay. Lepas tu there's another thing called pick slanting. Pick slanting ni kalau pick kan, kalau macam ni tali gitar dia kan, the pick is here and the pick dia macam dia ke bawah. So bila dia jatuh kan to the next string, it fall down like at an angle. Dia tak flat tau. Kalau flat, dia macam tu. Ni flat. But pick slanting ni dia ke bawah. So dia akan lebih mudah jatuh. So if I'm here, right? If I'm here and so it's not flat macam ni, it's macam ni. So that's easier. That's another istilah. The other istilah is called edge picking. Edge picking is pick dia tak flat macam ni. Let's say the string, right? It's not like this. The pick is at this angle. So it's like, how do I say? Here, dia macam ni. So dia jatuh macam tu. Dia at this angle. So here, right? This is pick slanting. This is edge picking. This is edge picking with pick slanting. Jatuh macam tu. So this actually will get you a good sound. Especially on an acoustic. Then that's one. That's for the downstroke. So when I do this, this is called downward pick slanting. Dia jatuh ke bawah. Bila naik atas, dia keluar. So this is really good kalau you nak practice picking kan. Just pakai A minor pentatonic. So ni dekat 5th fret. Bagi nampak. So it's just down, up. This is good exercise. Down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. Okay. Down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. Kalau turun balik, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. Okay. So kalau I nak picking macam rock kan, actually I can anchor sini tau. Tapi kalau I nak main macam jazz, I akan actually buat free, tak anchor kat sini. Yeah. So itu antara istilah asas for picking. So okay, that's the big thing. It's a lot of information actually. So the good thing is the video ni, I'm leaving the video on my Facebook. So kalau you dah tengok ni kan, you can actually watch back the video. So that's for Ayuha. Nit's brother, Shah Rizal. Sedap bunyi, Rizwan, thanks. I like music but I'm not good at it. Man, we all work at it, man. Stanley Ship in the house. Oh man, thanks man. Main lagu keroncong. Twin Reverb, saya bukanlah orang yang pakar keroncong. So I was showing this dekat Instagram the other day. So I'm not, disclaimer, saya bukan pakar keroncong. I like the sound but I'm not really good at it. But the one keroncong thing that I kind of basic one is kalau you ada G kan. So you kena tahu dia punya arpeggio. So daripada below. So still G, G, B, D, G, B, D, G. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1. Ni pun exercise bagus juga ni. Lepas tu you boleh buat daripada G ni turun bawah. Naik balik. That doesn't. Itu pun sedap juga. Itu ni daripada atas kan. A, G, F sharp, G. Lepas tu C. Something like that lah. It's like really fake kind of keroncong, but that's the kind of thing that I've heard them do lah. Aaron bersoal jawab dengan Ayuha. Cool. E minor, yeah, Rahimi betul. E minor, check it out. Brother ni lebih kurang Steve Stein, penerangan yang dalam dan jelas support. Apa YouTube channel nak tengok? Saya baru post, tapi let me give you again. It's just nama saya, youtube.com/asamat. Steve Stein is quite cool actually. He's like quite rajin and dia posting. I'm not too familiar dengan dia punya stuff, tapi pernah tengok lah. Dia banyak video. So let's see apa di soalan. Boleh tunjuk dalam A minor, solo dalam A minor. Sure, Rizal ada soalan. Okay, so A minor, katakan kita ambil chord progression. Let's make it really like super Melayu lah. No. Tak juga, actually better. Let's say A minor dengan E minor lah. Maybe go to the something like that. So kalau A minor kan, like what I like is usually kena tahu the arpeggio. Kalau A minor, arpeggio dia A, C, E, A, C, E, A. Okay, kalau E minor, arpeggio dia E, G, B, E, G, B, E. So kalau kita nak bina solo yang macam on A minor tu, we can also just E. And that's like a basic thing lah. So kalau the chord tu, we have to know the arpeggio to buat the solo sound quite strong. And then the other step is bila you dah tahu tu, you ambil notes yang keluar daripada the arpeggio tu, which in this case yang paling sesuai maybe A minor pentatonic lah. So kalau A minor here, A minor pentatonic is A, C, D, E, G, A. Then C, D, E, G, A, C. So let's see. Going to E minor, right? Resolve to B. Then back to A minor. So asalkan the notes kan, the solo tu, if it lands on the A minor, notes it will sound stable macam resolve. Kalau note keluar daripada tu, it will sound a bit more out. That's the basic lah kalau solo A minor. So essentially, I think you have to know the chord, you have to know the arpeggio, you have to know the scale. That helps. Ayuh nampak. Saya tak faham E minor. Selalu solo saya terus cari-cari terus tak ada tengok-tengok chord. Jadi tak faham apa maksud solo ikut chord. So macam ni, so Rizal, let me continue the thing. So the thing is solo ikut chord. Apa-apa lagu kan, first thing kita kena, kalau kita nak solo on the song tu, kita kena belajar apa chord dia. So artinya kalau kita biasa main lead, kita actually kena spend some time nak belajar the chords. So let's say macam tadi lah, I cakap kalau I nak belajar solo on the song kan, I akan like E minor, E minor, maybe G, macam metal, macam Metallica band. So I would learn actually, katakan the song. What I'm doing here is, if the song, if let's say this is the rhythm guitar part, kan part the guitar, the accompanying guitarist akan main. If I'm soloing on this, I want to learn this part, or at least know what chords they are. So even if I cannot play that, need to know the chords. And after I know the chords, then I boleh belajar arpeggio, then I boleh belajar the scale, and then I boleh buat line yang sedap. Kalau nak skip semua tu, nyanyi on the chord progression, and then copy apa you nyanyi from your voice. The problem with that sometimes is kalau you memang tak boleh nyanyi in tune pun. So, it's quite a problem, kan? But it's also another way lah to just sing. So tak payah tahu the scale, just sing what you hear and then cari on the guitar. Also can. Latihan untuk strum riff laju macam mana? Muhammad Rani. I'm not a very fast player based on my observation for my own playing lah. But kalau the main thing is kalau nak main laju kan is you have to be relaxed lah. So I don't know. So I mean, I'm not really a rock guy, but I say I'm doing stuff like that, right? I need to make sure that the wrist ni kan, bahagian ni kena relax. Kalau dia tense kan, nampak tak? Ni tense kan? Tak boleh. Dia kena. The other trick besides relax your hand is actually to make sure that when you learn the benda ni semua kan, you learn in terms of phrases tau. Artinya you jangan belajar note macam tu. You belajar macam belajar sentence lah. Artinya kalau I have a part, let's say the riff goes, so that right, I will like down up. So I can nampak tu as one sound. I can look at that as a pattern. That's one pattern, one phrase. And the better we can look at it as one phrase, artinya tak banyak benda nak hafal. So you hear that as ta-ta-ta-ta, one, ta-ta-ta-ta is another one, and ta-ta-ta-ta-ta-ta-ta-ta. That's the idea lah. So kita hafal tu sebagai phrases, macam hafal ayat. Bukan hafal note ataupun tab, tapi kita hafal benda tu section lah, section by section. So itu kalau nak belajar laju. Cantik, buat lagi video cara skill. I like ini skill. Okay, thanks Dominic, appreciate that. LOP. Hey there, great time having you here. Thanks man, thanks for tuning in. Macam mana nak laju sight reading? Tahun ni aku ambil RGT grade 8. Baca tiap hari. To be really honest, sight reading, I've been working on a book. I'm supposed to write a book for it. Haven't finished it, so hopefully this year, planning, I should try to finish it. Emil in the house, hey, how you doing man? So sight reading kan, you kena practice, okay, dua benda. Satu is, bila you baca sight reading, kalau start timing dia, jangan berhenti. Kalau you miss, if you get the wrong notes, continue, read the next one. That's step number 1. Number 2, kena banyak material. Find as much material for sight reading, and every time you practice sight reading benda lain. You cannot memorize it. If you memorize it, you're not really sight reading. So if I were you, I would borrow, download, and buy as many books for sight reading. Kalau guitar actually, it's really good to sight read flute and violin sebab range dia lebih kurang. Flute and violin books. So pinjam semua kawan yang ada buku flute ke buku violin ke, kalau ada library ke apa kan. Borrow and I don't know lah, find online. There's a lot of like music that's out of copyright you can find online, that's legal, you can download. So sight read a lot. Aaron nampaknya menjawab banyak soalan. Kamal, bagaimana nak voicing ballad ke tak? Ada macam Queen, ada diminish. Sounds delicious. Hey Nicholas, how you doing man? Thanks for tuning in. So Amil, okay, diminish ni dah. Okay, chord kan? Okay, this is the voicing stuff for like ballads. If you play A minor, it's okay, but it's quite boring to be honest. You want to make it darker, right? You add like a 9 or something, like a B. A bit darker, right? You want to make it even darker, you try to find a way to play ada second dalam tau. So ni ada second. Right. Sini pun boleh juga. Ni typical lah, rock ballad selalu pakai A minor macam ni. A minor dengan B dengan E. So first step is you want to cari voicing yang biasa and then to cari note yang dekat-dekat by a second. Kalau macam C, next to it is B. Kalau macam E, next to it is D. Cari note yang agak a bit of clashing, a little bit of clashingness, and then that actually makes it more colourful. You have to spend some time learning theory or transcribing. Kalau nak belajar lagu Queen tu kan, nak cari voicing dia, belajar lagu Queen. Just like pasang recording lagu Queen, cari chord dia on guitar. That's the real answer. Okay? Tips yang sangat berguna. Dylan Lee in the house. I got 2 cellists in the house. And a game industry professional here, media industry professional here. I am honored. Hanif Najib in the house. Tips sangat berguna, lambat faham, boleh tunjuk banyak lagi. Actually Dominic, ada 30 jam video lesson on my Facebook page. Kalau you go on Facebook Music, my Facebook page ni, there's 30 jam video lesson. So actually you can just watch one by one, ambil note, tengok ulang. Yeah, Amil has a good point there. Also start with sight reading, easy stuff, then find other stuff. Completely agree, man. A lot of people are over optimistic. They try to read really hard things, then you get depressed, then you quit, then you don't want to sight read. So find some easy stuff. When I say find some violin and flute stuff, find like children level stuff, like kids level stuff, like, you know, what a 5-year-old flautist would be playing, or find what a 5-year-old or a 4-year-old violinist would be playing. Those things may be easy for kids, but for guitarists, it's actually really hard to sight read those. So check it out. Azman, apa beza Stanley Jordan punya style dengan Malmsteen? Saya minat dua-dua. Stanley Jordan, dia tapping babe. So Stanley Jordan is that whole like, you know that. This guitar is the wrong guitar for it. Can't do it really well. So dia akan tapping. I'm not really good at it. I haven't practiced that in a while. So Malmsteen is like shred lah. Malmsteen is that whole kind of what's that thing? That kind of stuff lah, shreddy kind of thing. I'm not a shredder either, but it's a different style. One is more tapping, one is more like downward pick slanting. Etude materials are great. Completely agree, man. Amil in the house. Thanks for being here, man. Awesome to have you. Stanley Ship, one of my students, has a question. What are the basic practices I can practice to get better at hearing, playing the rhythm and groove of the song? Good question, man. We just did some of that right in class. Stanley's a great student. I love working with him. Again, guys, you know, if you're watching this, you're probably a guitarist. If you're a guitarist and you want to make some side income from teaching, as you see, I do a lot of teaching. In fact, I even teach people how to teach. So check out, I have a new course out that you can check out. It's just at www.azsamad.com/teach, T-E-A-C-H, teach. It's a course to learn how to get your first paying guitar student and make money, make some side money, side income teaching guitar. So check that out. Right now, there's a promo on it. It's $10 US, it's 40 ringgit. You get one student from applying the concepts that you do the worksheet, you do the exercises in the course, and you get one student already dapat balik modal. Check that out. It's at azsamad.com/teach. So let me answer Stanley's question. So to practice like rhythm and groove of a song is actually just to put on the recording of the song that you like, and then just kind of mute, I would say mute the strings, right? And then just kind of get like kind of drum, you know. So I'm just kind of making this up, but you know, once I get that. So, you know, if you can get the groove muted and then you add the chords to it, it's going to sound really cool. So I would say I would recommend maybe picking like maybe maybe like 3 to 10 songs that you like. Put the recording on and play with muted strings and just play along with the recording. And until it feels nice. If it feels nice, then it's probably going to be cool. It will take time, so don't give up. Eddie, thanks man. Eddie Duncan says thanks man, you're the best. I appreciate that man, Eddie. Thanks so much, Eddie. Appreciate it. Aaron, Stanley Jordan influenced jazz, correct. Malmsteen inspired Baroque, correct. Aaron is on the ball, correct. Kamal says terima kasih, electric guitar, Eddie. Hey Rushdie in the house, another one of my students. How you doing, man? Keep fighting, man. You're the man. Rushdie in the house. Hi bro, kita nak main satu lagu key A, kemudian kita tukar key, contoh D, dan kita mengubah chord lagu tu. Saya sangat baru belajar gitar, explain tentang ni. Ni sama ada modulation atau tukar key. So untuk faham this whole modulation thing kan, atau tukar key, you kena faham that you kena belajar. I cannot answer here the full thing lah sebab benda ni topik, ni jenis topik macam sejam setengah kita cakap pasal ni. But secara asasnya every key ada nombor tau. So let's say kalau kita ambil dalam C major kan, C is the 1 chord, C major is 1, D minor 2, E minor 3, F is 4 chord, G is 5 chord, A minor is the 6 minor chord, B diminished is the 6 diminished chord, and then back to C. Itu kalau dalam key of C. Jadi kalau katakan ada progression biasa kan, macam 1, 4, 5, 1, 4, 5, maksud dia maybe 4. Ni very like macam wild thing ataupun like macam like rock and roll kind of. So C lah. Artinya 1, 4, 5, 4, 1 dalam C. Kalau dalam key D, maksudnya D, E minor, F sharp minor, G, A, B minor, C sharp diminished, D. Jadi kalau kita nak main tu, artinya 1, 4, 5 dalam key of D, jadi G, D, jadi 4, 1, G is 4, A is 5. Sorry. So setiap key tu walaupun the formula sama tau, sometimes there's another system yang related to this called the Nashville number system. Kalau dekat Nashville, kalau you dengar macam Taylor Swift ataupun country recording kan, diorang pakai istilah Nashville number system ni. Dia tulis dalam bentuk nombor supaya dia boleh main apa-apa key. Lagu tu tak kisahlah kalau singer nak nyanyi G ke G, A ke B flat ke F ke, dia tulis nombor dia akan boleh main dalam apa-apa key. You boleh Google Nashville number system. Kalau within the Chinese music industry, they also use numbers as well. So it's also a system that is used here. But I use that to explain to people, but I haven't actually read. I don't really read charts yang just based on number too much. At least for my line of work lah. But itu cara nak belajar. So you kena tahu kan, you kena tahu major scale dalam semua key. C major, F major, B flat major, E flat major. You kena belajar semua tu. Rushdie says, any tip for recording music with multiple instruments? Record as clean as possible. Meaning that if you want to record everything at once, try to mic everything separately. If you want the energy of the room, record everything in the same place, but you cannot make so much lah. Basically there's two ways of recording that you can do multiple instruments. If you keep it all in the same room, you can just use like a stereo miking thing. So you keep everyone in how you want people to hear. So you just put like stereo mics and just record. So there's not much mixing that you can do there. Or you can, as much as possible, mic up everyone separately or input everyone separately, then you can do some mixing. Now, if you do it in the same room, the energy is going to be nice. If you do it in separate rooms, the energy is going to be maybe slightly different because everyone's going to use headphones to monitors, right? To monitor the sound, but you're going to get better separation. So it's either like that lah. So kalau you dekat rumah, let's say you're in an apartment, you want to record kan, I would say just record live with, if you line in, like say guitar, electric bass, and maybe mic, the percussion or something, that's okay because there's 2 line-ins and 1 mic for percussion. But if you're doing overdubbing, then just record everything one after the other, one by one. Have a metronome and play the first track, maybe like a basic guitar or vocal guide track. Then record the bass or the drums, bass and drums together, and then all the other instruments one after the other. Welcome, Stanley. Ada tips to buat jazz bass licks on chords. Again, chords, arpeggio, scales or lines. So let's say kita ni untuk Farizal. So let's say we take satu chord lah. Kita ambil chord maybe C major. Kan? Ni chord C major. So kita kena tahu apa arpeggio dia. Arpeggio C major adalah C, E, G, B, C, E, G, B. Okay? Lepas tu kalau nak buat licks dia, kita can do a basic lick just by taking the notes of the arpeggio and kita move around a bit. So here I actually slide into the C. Okay, and then here. So that's quite nice. And then you can also actually embellish dengan approaching those arpeggios lah. So let's I'm playing really badly right now. Sorry about that, guys. But I mean, to be really honest, right, the best way is actually pasang recording sedap, cari dengar sampai ada lick yang sedap, copy by ear. But to make sure you can play. Lepas tu baru you analyse apa benda dia pakai and then make another lick. Any efficient way to figure out chords to a song by ear? Dengar banyak-banyak lagu. Also can, but it's like, that's like of such a general advice. I would say this, when you listen to the song, right, if you cannot figure out what the chord of it at least, okay, the first thing I would do if I was learning a song is actually I will learn the form first. So if I listen to the song, I'm trying to figure out apa ada, whether there's an intro, there's a verse, there's a chorus, there's a bridge. I will learn the form first, and I won't count the bars. I just listen. Oh, that's an intro. I write down intro. What happening after that? Verse. Okay, write down verse. Then, oh, it's a chorus. Okay, there's another verse. It means that verse was verse 1 and verse 2. So I'll figure out the form first. And from the time I figure out the form, I'll actually, then after that, I will listen back to the song again. And then I'll listen to just one section, maybe the verse. And sometimes I may not know what chord it is, but I try to listen and try to figure out, was there, how many chords change during that section? So I might count, 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, that's one chord. Another chord, 2, 3, 4. Another chord. Oh, okay. Third bar, one more chord. Fourth bar, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. So it means that the first 4 bars maybe ada 1 chord per bar. For the first 3 bars, the last bar ada 2 chord. So I don't know what chord it is, but I'm trying to listen. Can I hear that the chords are changing? That's the tip. The other thing you can do is listen to the bass line, because the bass, if you have I would listen through either nice headphones or pasang through speaker that probably has good bass response if possible. So you can hear the bass line, try to find the bass note first, and then find the chord. Usually it's major or minor, unless color inversion. And if it's more complicated chord, that's a bigger topic. Because if you study ear training in college, it takes 4 semesters. So it's impossible for me to teach you this within like one answer. But basically, I would figure out form, and then I will figure out when are the chords changing, how many chords, and then I try to figure out the bass note, and then I try to figure out the quality. So that's the system. That's exactly what I would do. Chromatic embellishments. I did some just now, doing the keroncong thing. Are you familiar with keroncong strumming? No, man. I haven't actually played that much keroncong, so I actually am not familiar. It's something that I really need to spend some time to learn. I mean, I have like this fake thing lah, but that's not authentic. I mean, it's just what I hear. So I know that there is I think the chak and the chu, is it like the ukulele type instruments? There's like a back and forth. I understand the concept, but I haven't played in an authentic keroncong ensemble. I know people who do play keroncong like for a living. Like, I mean, not for a living, like they play professionally. So I need to check out those guys. Welcome. Practice skill kena pakai metronome ke baru belajar lagi? Actually more important daripada main pakai metronome is actually kena, okay, metronome penting as a guide, but yang penting tu actually kena main clean. So if I'm gonna play a scale, let's say G major for instance, right? I want to make sure it's clean. Even if I play fast, so it's messy already, right? I want to get it actually. So actually bila practice skill tu yang penting tu is actually clean ke tak, sedap ke tak kita main. After that, kalau the metronome tu is a way to gauge sama ada kita boleh main at a certain tempo dengan clean, dengan tepat. Sebab selalu kadang-kadang ada orang dia akan main laju tapi actually bunyi tak sedap, tak clean. So kalau untuk seronok-seronok sendiri letak on Facebook ataupun YouTube, okay lah. Kalau nak macam nak show off kan. But actually kalau untuk recording session, tak boleh pakai dia. You need someone who can play properly, clean and like confident. It was more of a question, how do you use conceptually to embellish chromatic? Okay. That makes more sense. Okay, I'll answer your question, man. Okay. So for the embellishment stuff, right, let's say I take a, let's say we change the chord. Let's say we do D minor. Let's say I take a note, let's say D and F. So those are, let's say, the main notes. So let's say I count 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. So 2 beats each, right? Minims. 1, 2, 3. How do I approach that? So that's from below. How about from the scale above? And what if it's from below and above? That's quite nice already. Now that's not chromatic yet, right? It's because scale. But I could add a note here, the G flat, trying to get to F. That means there's a bit of a chromatic approach. So it's still on the same beat, right? 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and then if let's say I want to go back to D, maybe I can approach from. So that sounds okay. But let's say I want to approach here. That's scale, chromatic, back to D. Now if I really want to make it darker, I can approach from the E flat. So it sounds super chromatic, right? But it's actually D, F, D. Let's say I want to go to A here. So that's quite, sounds chromatic. So that's one of the ways. So I kind of start with the scale approaches below and above, and then start adding more chromatic notes, and that makes it more interesting. C major 7 chords. Sure, man. I'll answer both your questions. Mitchell has a question, what scales modes you use for jazz solo, C major 7? I'll tell you as much as I can tell. C major 7. Arpeggio, C major 7. C, E, G, B, C, E, G, B. Scale number 1, you can use major pentatonic. So C, D, E, G, A, C. C, D, E, G, A, C. You can use C major scale. C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. You can use Lydian, it'll sound a little bit brighter. C, D, E, F sharp. You can also use, this is going to sound a bit out, you can use the Lydian augmented. C, D, E, F sharp, G sharp. It's going to clash a bit. A, B, C, D, E, F sharp, G sharp, A, B, C. It's going to sound a bit out. It's going to imply that, but you can still do it. Okay, those are the scales I would use. So there's more, but those are the ones I would use. I disagree with Aaron. C major, I would typically use Ionian first, Lydian depending on context. Unless it's fusion, then just use Lydian all the time. Amil, C major 7. Okay, so if you want to approach, right? So this is what you could do. Okay, C major 7. I'll show you the exercise. So you can practice. You can practice this on cello or piano, or doesn't matter what instrument. So I would learn actually C major 7. Firstly, just the triad arpeggio. So C E G C E G C. So in this case, you can do this for as many octaves as you want, and then you will approach it from half step below. So in this case, guitar, I actually just use the first and second finger. So it's very symmetrical finger. This one just now. And then I'll approach from scale note above in C major. So D, C, E, D, C, F, E, A, G, D, C, F, E, A, G, D, C. So it sounds like this. Then you combine from below and above. So half step below, and then scale above, then back to the C. So you can do, on the E, you target D sharp, F, E. So this above is diatonic, the below is chromatic. Same here, F sharp, A, G, and then it repeats to the next octave. Now, if you want to make it more interesting, then you can also do that with the B as well. So, but it sounds a bit weird to me. Some people do that, you know. I mean, you're so it depends on the line, but chromatic below, scale above, and then you can also use the other way. So instead of that, you can start from below, or if you want to make it more elaborate, so there's tons of variations. There's a really good book by this guy. There's a bunch of chromatic approach note technique books. There's really one good one by I have his book. Let me try to find it for you. The title, approach notes. What's the guy's name again? His name is. He's a New York guy. Let me try to see if I can find it. And wait. No, it's not here. I think it's NYC Guitar Method. I got you the name of the guy. Oh man, I know he taught at jazz guitar. Sorry, I'm googling this to find it. Yeah, I'm sorry. I can't find the. I can't seem to find the name right now. But there's a bunch of like really cool approach notebooks. Send me a DM and I'll try to remember which one, and I can send you a link to it. That's only because it was the first example. Yeah. Okay. Power on my laptop's running out, so I'm thinking I should probably charge the power in. So guys, I'm still taking questions. I probably will take, this is way longer than I thought I would be doing this today, but again guys, you know, if you're a guitarist and you want to learn how to teach, you want to teach to get some side income from teaching, check out my new course that you can get now. Is only $10 US. It's 40 ringgit. Get your first student, and if you get your first student, you make that money back immediately. It's at azsummit.com/teach, TEACH. It's a cool course. It's an audio lesson, and it comes with a worksheet. You fill it up, you do all that stuff, you get information that will allow you to update your CV, will allow you to figure out what kind of students you want to teach, how many hours you want to teach. All this information you can figure out by doing the worksheet. It's guided audio lesson. It's really good. And I think if you already play guitar, and you want to make some side income from teaching, if you've never actually taught and you don't know how to start or have no system or way of thinking about it, checking that out, getting that course will be something that I think will help a lot of you guys out. Okay, so this is awesome, man. There's so many interesting questions. What's your harmonic analysis of Misty? 1 major 7 related to 5 to 4, 4 minus 7 flat 7 7, 1 6 2 5 3 5 7 of 2 5 back to 1. That's the A section. Let me check out the B section. I always forget the B section. B section goes 5 7. No, related 2 minus 7 5 7 to the 4 major 7. This goes related 2 5 7 that's going to the 3, but actually has an interpolated flat 7 7 of 3. I guess you can consider that. Then or you can look at it as 2 7, but I really don't. I hear it as a flat 7 7 of G minor really, and then it goes to 3 minus 7 flat 5, 5 7 of 2, 2 minus 7, 5 7 back to 1 major 7. This is related 2 minus 7 to a 5 7 of 4 major 7, 4 minus 7 to 5 flat 7 7, 1 6 2 5 1 6. That's the analysis. So yeah, that's Misty. If that was if any part of that wasn't clear, you can watch back the video and then just take notes. It's a pretty straightforward piece actually, harmonically speaking, but it's hard to do a good solo on Misty. Just because it's logical, right, doesn't mean that it's easy to play. Yeah. Okay, guys, I'll take one more question. Anyone at all have a question? I will try my best to answer your question. Okay, looks like this finished questions. Let me do that Misty thing, man. was over the chord progression of Misty. And thanks so much, guys. Thanks so much for watching. I went on Facebook Live way longer than I thought. Again, thanks so much for watching. Terima kasih kerana menonton. Terima kasih atas soalan-soalan yang bernas, yang interesting dan banyak-banyak komen. If you guys enjoyed this, please click like on the video. Please tag your friends. Please share this video with your friends. It would mean the world to me if you did. And if you haven't liked my Facebook page yet, please like the Facebook page so you can be updated when I do Facebook Live sessions like this. I'm trying my best to do this every day. I'm trying my very best. I can't guarantee what time I'm going to do it. So please like the Facebook page so you'll be informed. Again, if you are a guitarist and you want to teach guitar, as you're thinking of teaching guitar as to make some side income, check out my new course. It's called How to Start Teaching Guitar Lessons. It's at www.azsamad.com/teach. The link is in the description there. I'll just cut and paste it here as well. So check out the new course. What's my favorite color? Green. And pink. When I was a kid, I really liked pink. Later on, I like green. And generally, when I wear clothes, I wear blue a lot. So yeah. But my favorite color in terms of the name of the color, not necessarily the color, but the sound of the word that is the name of the color is turquoise. I like the name turquoise. So yeah, so if you play guitar and you want to teach guitar to make some side income, to buy a new pedal, to buy a new guitar, to just buy anything you want really. If you think you've been playing guitar for a while and you think you can teach, but you have no idea how to start and want a step-by-step guide, check out the new course. It's How to Start Teaching Guitar Lessons. It's something I designed based on real questions I've been getting from students. And it's now on promo for $10 US or 40 ringgit. You can get it and you can do the whole thing. It's guided audio lesson. Listen to it, do the worksheet, do the work, and you'll be on your way to get your first student. So check that out. Tell your friends about my page and all that kind of good stuff. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for checking this out. And have a beautiful, by now, Friday night. Okay? Friday morning, I guess. It's already past midnight. Right? Okay? Take care, guys. Good night.